Remember Sid? Sid covered the University of Minnesota for more than 70 years and did so with skill and fairness. He had a unique way of building long-standing and trusting relationships and was able to walk into any office or stadium unannounced and get the interview. Few individuals have impacted Gopher athletics like Sid, and I will miss our visits and conversations. We will mourn his loss, but we will also celebrate his life. Sid was one of kind and will be greatly missed. I extend our sympathies to his family and loved ones, according to Mark Coyle.
Dami pang gustong sabihin.
Sid was one of the first people I met when I was hired at Minnesota. He was sitting in the front row of the press conference, like he always did, and had an unmistakable presence about him. Whether it was after a game, on the radio, or an impromptu visit at my home, he asked the questions that Minnesotans wanted answers to. I was able to get to know him on a personal level and we became close friends. I always enjoyed spending time with Sid and was fortunate to celebrate a couple of birthdays with him as well. Sid was the absolute best, and I will miss him dearly. Nobody loved Minnesota sports like Sid. He is and always will be Minnesota. My wife Heather and I extend our deepest sympathies to his family and friends. PJ Fleck. Simply stated, Sid Hartman was a legend. The sports world, especially Minnesota, lost a great man. Every time I spoke to Sid, I was blown away by his commitment to his work. Sid was Minnesota sports and he will be dearly missed, especially at Williams Arena. Richard Pitino. Sid Hartman was, for all of his 100-plus years, a hometown guy born on the north side of Minneapolis on March 15, 1920. He worked for newspapers in his hometown for nearly his entire life, until his death on Sunday afternoon. From a humble start selling newspapers on the street in 1928, he wrote about sports for the Star Tribune. For the ensuing decades, he was still writing 3 columns a week, his final one appearing on the day he died. My father's extraordinary and resilient life has come to a peaceful conclusion surrounded by his family. His son, Chad Hartman, tweeted early Sunday afternoon announcing his passing. To make it clear, he didn't die from COVID, but COVID took away the enjoyment from his life by making him stay home, his son said later. It took away the chance to see the people he liked. It took away his zest, not being able to go 4-5 different places every day and to laugh, to get on people, and have them get on him. Sid Hartman also was for decades a radio voice on WCCO. He gained a stature very few journalists have achieved, becoming one of the state's legendary public figures. For years, he was also a power broker in the local sports scene, playing an integral role in the early success of the Minneapolis Lakers pro basketball team while serving as the team's de facto general manager and working behind the scenes to help bring Major League Baseball to Minnesota. He created a rags-to-riches story unlike any his hometown has seen, working his way from the very bottom of the newspaper industry to one of the most influential and popular figures ever to use a typewriter, and later computer, for his livelihood. He also became a popular radio personality for WCCO and for 20 years was a panelist on a Sunday night TV show. If Minnesotans referred to Sid, there was no doubt who they were talking about, much the same as the first name status of the greatest of those he covered, men like Kirby and Harmon and Bud. According to a count by Star Tribune staffer Joel Ripoll, Hartman produced 21,235 billionaire stories in his career, from 1944 until the one that ran on C2 of Sunday's sports section. That column was his 119th of 2020. Hartman was asked in his 90s why he still was at it most every day. I don't know what else I would do, he'd say. The idea of relaxing and enjoying a slower pace not for one moment occurring to him. Hartman, however, did speak often of his family, especially later in life. He celebrated his 99th birthday with family members and made sure to attend events for his grandchildren. Hartman was married to Barbara Balfour in 1964. They were divorced in 1972. He had 2 children, daughter Chris and son Chad.
We're TV 2.0.
Disclaimer, some images and video clips that I used this vlog are not mine, for educational purposes only. Thank you.